It was amazing. I grew up on Richard Pryor. You can't even go back and talk about the book he wrote.
Yeah.
You know, and then what I got to do sometimes is explain, which I hate in big arenas, that this is a thought police thing, and I do not like it. But when I use these words, this is my intent behind those words.
Yeah.
Wow.
So as long as you understand my intent, I still get people, well, just don't say it. And I said, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, but they take it out of context and put it on Twitter or put it on Facebook.
I'm surprised they haven't.
America's most unapologetic anti-woke comedian is back in the spotlight. And once again, he's sparked a storm with a single tweet. Tim Allen, known for his fearless approach to humor and his refusal to bow to Hollywood's politically correct narrative, is no stranger to controversy. For years, he's been a polarizing figure, openly challenging the mainstream woke ideology that dominates the entertainment industry. So what happens when this award-winning actor decides to take on the cancel culture machine head-on? If you've been online lately, you know Tim Allen never hesitates to speak his mind. Whether he's making jokes or posting sharp tweets, he enjoys ruffling feathers. His latest tweet has ignited a social media firestorm like no other, drawing both outrage and applause. The woke crowd erupted in fury, accusing him of crossing lines. But Tim, he isn't losing sleep over it. He's never been one to let the outrage mobs dictate what he can or cannot say, making him Hollywood's ultimate anti-woke disruptor.
Starting in '75, do you still enjoy stand-up, my friend, as much as you did in the early days?
There's moments that it's more. It reminds me of my anarchist background.
And that's not all. Tim has mastered the art of pushing buttons and challenging cultural norms. Take his Disneyland story, for instance. While enjoying a day at the park, he overheard a young teen debating whether their love for skillets aligned with their hand-sue identity. It was a classic Tim moment, poking fun at how overly complicated identity conversations have become. Naturally, sharing this online sent the internet into a frenzy. Critics were quick to label him insensitive and accused him of targeting the younger generation's progressive language. But here's the kicker. Tim's not making these jokes to offend. He's exposing the absurdity of modern extremes. This is why Hollywood's elite can't stand him. Tim Allen raises the questions they desperately want to avoid, and he does it with humor that's impossible to ignore.
Let's talk about Last Man Standing. Congrats on this.
No, thanks very much.
I watched it when it was on ABC.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it wasn't on ABC.
Tell the 300 of the crew and everybody the same thing. We're all going, this is the best show I've ever been on. What? We're off the air.
Yeah,
we all thought we were at the top of their game at ABC. Who knows how networks work? I don't know, but it was dropped.
Hollywood has tried almost every trick in the book to cancel Tim Allen. From online outrage to abruptly ending his projects, their efforts have been relentless. But Tim has consistently proven that he's not playing by their rules. Let's rewind to the cancellation of his hit show, Last Man Standing on ABC. At its peak, the series was one of the network's highest-rated sitcoms, adored by millions. Yet, they pulled the plug without warning. Why? Tim's refusal to hide his conservative values made him a target in an industry that thrives on a singular narrative.
Anything.
Right, and I don't like gum in there too, but all right, when we're driving around, what do other people do when they see us?
They do this.
You know why they do that? This truck is older than you, but it's a classic, and people realize it's a classic. And you're a classic too.
How flattering. I'm an old truck.
Despite being second only to Modern Family in ratings, ABC dropped Last Man Standing like a hot potato. The unspoken reason? Tim Allen dared to portray a likable conservative on mainstream television. For Hollywood, that's practically a cardinal sin. As Tim once said, there's nothing more dangerous in today's climate than being a funny, likable conservative. He wasn't just entertaining audiences. He was breaking stereotypes and showing a side of conservatism that Hollywood didn't want the world to see.
I was invited by, we did a VIP thing for the vets and went to the Veterans Ball, and so I went to go see Democrats and Republicans. Yeah, I went to the inauguration. It was
I'm not attacking you.
You get in this town. I'm not kidding. You got to be real careful around here. You know, you get beat up. If you don't believe what everybody believes, this is like 30s Germany. I don't know what happened. If you're not part of the group.
ABC might have canceled Last Man Standing, but Tim didn't back down. He called out their decision publicly, refusing to fade into the background. And guess what? Fox saw the opportunity and swooped in to save the show, giving it a new platform and an even larger audience. Fast forward to today, and Tim is thriving. His Disney Plus series, The Santa Clauses, is a testament to his staying power. Even the same industry that tries to silence him can't deny his fan base. However, Tim's unapologetic humor continues to spark backlash. A harmless joke about saying Merry Christmas in the series sent the woke crowd into a frenzy, with critics claiming it was politically charged. Let's be real, if a Christmas show can't joke about Christmas, what's left to laugh about?
Surprised they haven't, because I do use some provocative words, but I tell them it's words I really got from my parents.
Yeah.
You know, they said this stuff, and we talked about it. I can't even say it here. I can't even point to it.
Yeah.
It is an alarming thing for comedians, but my act has really been about family and kids and growing up anyway. But I was going to say, if I do some stuff. The women in my life were whatever political party it was. Always they hated the government and who's going to pay for it.
Yeah.
They always argued about that over vodka.
But Tim's journey in comedy hasn't been without challenges. He's openly spoken about how political correctness has made comedy a minefield. In his own words, the thought police are everywhere. For comedians like Tim, every joke is dissected, every punchline scrutinized. Inspired by legends like Richard Pryor and Lenny Bruce, Tim has always believed in comedy that pushes boundaries. But in today's ultra-sensitive world, taking risks often comes with consequences. Tim once joked that he'd probably get canceled for using phrases his parents used. The reality? He's right. No matter how many times they try, Tim Allen won't back down. He's made it clear. Staying true to himself is more important than pleasing critics. In an era where dissent often leads to cancellation, Tim has become a symbol of resilience. Hollywood might not love him, but they can't ignore him. When ABC dropped him, Fox welcomed him. When Disney replaced him as Buzz Lightyear, his fans stayed loyal. And now, with the Santa Clauses, Tim has returned stronger than ever, showing that cancel culture can't break someone who refuses to play along. Tim believes comedians shouldn't have to apologize for every joke. While cancel culture turns into a popularity contest, Tim keeps doing what he does best: making people laugh. He's outlasted social media mobs, network politics, and industry pressures. If you're on Team Tim Allen, show your support by liking this video and subscribing for more content that challenges the norm.